Archangel Michael says, "The air is heavy with a tension no one can see, but you feel it in your spirit." A person close to you is holding their breath, because if the truth about you escapes, their entire world will fall apart. They built a life around a lie, and your truth is a storm they've prayed would never rise. Your presence has always been powerful, even in silence. But now, your energy is shaking things up, exposing what has been kept in the dark for too long. This person is watching your every move, dreading the day you decide to speak. There is panic in their thoughts, anxiety in their sleep, and desperation in their actions. You may not know it, but every step you take closer to your destiny is sending fear into the heart of someone who betrayed you. They know your story, and they know the part they played in altering it. They never imagined you'd come this far, survive this much, and still have strength left to rise. Their confidence was rooted in your silence, and now your awakening has rattled their foundation. This isn't just jealousy, it's fear of being exposed. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You're not even trying to reveal anything, yet your very presence is cracking the mask they've worn. They're trembling behind smiles, worried you'll open your mouth and bring down their facade. You were never meant to stay quiet forever, your truth is divine thunder. Someone thought they buried the truth about you deep enough that it would never surface. But what they didn't know is that heaven never forgets what's been stolen or silenced. Archangel Michael says, "It's time for the truth to walk boldly into the light." This person isn't ready for the storm that is coming, and that storm is the clarity you're stepping into. They've warned others about you, twisted stories, and rewritten your history. But soon, the divine pen will correct every false chapter they created. The more you rise, the more unstable they become. They are crashing emotionally, spiritually, and even physically, because they can no longer contain what they tried to cover. The mirror of your success is reflecting their guilt. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They underestimated your purpose and overestimated their power. This person's entire identity is built on keeping you below, hidden, erased. But now, the universe is rewriting the script, and this time, your name is in gold. They can't breathe freely knowing you're alive with purpose. Every breath you take is a reminder that the truth has not been defeated. Every step you walk is a countdown to their collapse. They thought silencing you would bring them peace, but instead, it brought them torment. The more they tried to erase you, the more visible you became. Now, your glow is exposing their shadows. Their time of hiding is over. You are divinely backed, and no force can stop the truth from being revealed anymore. What they feared the most. Your voice is what the heavens have now chosen as the trumpet. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Someone is breaking down behind closed doors every time your name is mentioned. They are begging unseen forces to stop your light, but nothing will stop what God has ordained. You are walking into a season that will shatter every lie built against you. You may have cried in silence, but your tears were not wasted. They watered the seeds of truth now bursting through the soil of deception. Archangel Michael says, "The justice that is arriving for you will be heard loud and clear." You carry evidence in your energy, proof in your peace, and confirmation in your clarity. That's why they tremble. Because even when you're silent, you speak. Even when you're still, your destiny is loud. The person watching you crash is not your enemy by title, but by action. They smiled with you, stood beside you, but secretly worked against your name. And now, the wind is shifting, turning everything in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Your strength has become unbearable for them. You have no idea how much they're crumbling while pretending to be fine. Every bit of progress you make is another stone collapsing from their foundation. They feel the cracks beneath their feet. You were never supposed to walk again, but now you're soaring. And their fear isn't about your success, but about what your strength will reveal. This person has secrets tied to you that they buried so deep they forgot some of them. But you didn't. You remember the betrayal, the silence, the abandonment, and now those memories are turning into weapons of truth. You're not here to destroy them, but your healing is unraveling their deceit. What was once hidden is now glowing in your aura. Their lies are crumbling under the weight of your breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Every whisper they told behind your back is now echoing in their own soul. Karma has a clock and it has struck. Now they are the ones being watched. They thought you would crash first. They never expected you to be this strong. But Archangel Michael says you have angels guarding your truth now. There is nothing accidental about what you're experiencing, every move is being guided. The protection around you is divine, and the collapse they feared is already in motion, for them, not for you. They can't sleep, they can't think, they can't breathe freely anymore, because you're not who you were when they left you. You've become a storm of justice wrapped in grace. Type Amen to get blessing 828. You are a divine weapon of truth, forged in betrayal and raised by fire. What broke you built you. What tried to drown you only taught you how to walk on waves. They can't reverse your blessing, but they are desperately trying to delay it. Yet nothing built on lies can survive what's coming for you. They were counting on your silence to be their safety net, but now your voice has become thunder. The silence you held is breaking every lie they spoke. You're not just rising, you're being resurrected in the eyes of everyone who doubted you. The person who's afraid of your truth is already falling. All you have to do is keep walking. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their fear is not about your presence, it's about your memory. They know what they did, and they know what you can recall. They're waiting for the explosion they think you're about to cause, but here's the secret, the crash has already started. Not because you exposed them, but because the truth no longer hides in your energy. It glows. Their lies are turning to dust. Their manipulations are being revealed by unexpected voices. The people they used against you are now backing away, silently realizing the truth. They're losing grip. You're gaining ground. What they tried to kill in you is now the fire lighting your path forward. Type Amen to get blessing 000. You've been chosen for a rise that no human can stop. Archangel Michael says you are surrounded by a divine force that no liar can penetrate. What was stolen is returning. This person's fear is visible now. They are avoiding rooms you enter, skipping conversations that mention your name, because they know the walls are closing in. The truth is louder now than ever before. It's in your walk, your words, your glow, you're not speaking vengeance, you're living proof. You didn't have to fight back, your rise was the reply. Your healing was the judgment. And now, they are falling under the weight of their own secrets. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They told others you were unstable, unreliable, unworthy, but now, you are standing where they said you would never reach. The lies they built are crashing because the foundation was always your truth. People are starting to see it. Their ears are hearing what was once hidden. The divine has flipped the script. You are not a victim, you are a vessel of revelation. And the person ready to crash knows it. They're breaking down because your light is showing their darkness. This is your time. Let them fall while you rise. Because what they tried to end in you is what will elevate you next. Type Amen to get blessing 441. They never imagined you'd survive the pit they pushed you into. But you didn't just survive, you transformed. You came out with a light so bright, it's now burning their shadows. You are no longer the person who was vulnerable to their lies. You have armor now, made of truth, clarity, and divine fire. Every lie spoken against you is melting under the heat of your rebirth. Archangel Michael says, heaven took notes of every tear they caused. And now the response is unfolding in real time. What they feared the most was your awakening, and now you are wide awake. Your clarity is shaking every corner they used to hide in. They built a life pretending you never mattered. But now, your name is showing up in rooms they can't control. Their nervous glances are not paranoia, they're confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 212. They are watching the very narrative they shaped against you fall apart. One by one, the people they poisoned with lies are turning to face the real you, the healed you, the chosen you. The person who is ready to crash cannot stop their mind from racing. Their guilt is no longer just emotional, it's physical. Sleepless nights, sudden anxiety, unexplained sickness. It's the cost of betrayal. They once smiled knowing you were broken. Now they're trembling watching you bloom. You're not the same anymore, and that terrifies them. Even the ground beneath them feels unstable now. The whispers they spread are now surrounding them. The energy has shifted, and it's not in their favor anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Everything they did in secret is crawling to the surface. And they can't bury it again, because you carry the vibration of revelation. The truth is attracted to your light now. You were chosen not just to survive, but to reveal. You were sent not just to heal, but to awaken those around you. Your voice is not just sound, it is thunder for the hidden. This person knows they can't outrun what's coming. They see your strength and realize it's too late. You're no longer quiet, and your silence can't be bought or broken anymore. They are breaking down behind fake smiles and forced conversations. Even when they laugh, the fear shows in their eyes, because they know, your time has come. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Everything they tried to lock away is being unlocked, and the key was always in your hands, your resilience, your truth, your refusal to stay buried. You carry more than scars, you carry prophecy. They hoped you'd destroy yourself in the silence, but instead, you used that silence to listen, grow, and rise. Now, their fear is visible. Their world was built on your erasure, but now, your face is appearing in dreams they can't escape. Your name is being repeated in rooms they tried to exclude you from. They feel it coming, the unraveling, the pressure is growing. And the person about to crash is beginning to see that the storm isn't around you, it is you. Type Amen to get blessing 616. You've become the storm they can't predict, can't stop, and can't survive. Because your truth was never a threat, it was a reckoning. And now that time has come, you don't have to fight for your name anymore. Heaven is doing it for you. Archangel Michael says, "What was taken from you will be returned, multiplied. This person used fear to keep you quiet. But now, their own fear has become their prison. The more you heal, the more their lies suffocate them. They can't match the light you carry now. You've become a mirror they can't bear to face. Every reflection of you is a reminder of what they tried to kill." Type Amen to get blessing 414. You no longer walk for approval, you walk for purpose. You no longer cry over the betrayal, you rise because of it. You were never meant to be broken forever. Their breakdown is divine justice in motion. They can't control the consequences anymore. Everything they tried to hide has found its way to the surface. Even their allies are stepping back. The people who once believed them now see cracks in their story. The support they relied on is crumbling. And you're glowing. You are becoming who you were meant to be before the betrayal, before the silence, before the lies, and it's unstoppable now. Type Amen to get blessing 515. They hear your name and flinch, because your name now carries truth, power, and restoration. The name they tried to destroy has become a declaration. Every door that was closed is now creaking open, every wall they built to stop you is now falling down. Because divine timing has arrived, and it favors you. Their crash isn't just emotional, it's cosmic. The very energy around them is collapsing. They touched a chosen one, and now the heavens are responding. You walk now with legions of light, you move with sacred momentum. You are the proof that no lie can bury what God designed to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Their shame can no longer hide behind fake smiles. You've exposed them by simply rising. That's the power of truth. It requires no violence, just presence. You never had to scream your story. The universe is now echoing it for you. Every step you take forward leaves their lies trembling behind. Even strangers are sensing the shift. New people are entering your life to help elevate you further. The ones who held you down are being replaced by those lifting you up. The one crashing knows it's over. They don't fear you, they fear the divine justice you carry. And now, it has arrived, like a silent thunderstorm in the night. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You're not here for revenge. You're here for redemption, and everything you've been through is now turning into gold. They are choking on their own shadows. Every light you shine exposes another one of their secrets. The mask they wore has slipped for good. You will be vindicated in ways that will leave mouths speechless. Your elevation will silence every rumor, the truth will speak loud through your success. Archangel Michael says, your silence once protected them, but your rise now announces them. What they feared would happen, has already begun, the crashing has started. Type Amen to get blessing 223. You carry legacy in your bones, purpose in your breath. And now, every whisper from the past is turning into a trumpet of justice. The truth about you was never lost, it was simply waiting for the right time. That time is now. And the person who tried to control your story is unraveling. They can't hide anymore, your victory is too loud. The universe is announcing what they tried to keep secret. You're becoming the person they told others you could never be, you're rising above the betrayal, the silence, the pain. And they are breaking beneath the weight of their own deceit. Type Amen to get blessing 303, let them crash. Let the lies burn. Because your truth is rising like a dawn that cannot be stopped, your journey has only just begun. This fall of theirs is the beginning of your rise. Watch how the heavens align every door for you now, your name will be restored. Your purpose will be fulfilled. Your voice will be heard beyond the limits they placed. The crashing is a warning to everyone who ever tried to break a chosen one. You were chosen not just to survive, but to reveal. And the world is finally ready to hear your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The truth they buried has started to scream through your blessings. Your glow is louder than any lie they ever told. Now, the crashing sound they feared is echoing through everything they built with falsehood. The walls of their safety are trembling with every step you take. They are haunted not by what you say, but by what you could say. The threat isn't your words, it's your presence. You've shifted the entire atmosphere by healing. The power you carry now makes it impossible for them to stay composed. They are unraveling because their secrets are bleeding through the cracks. What they feared would never come is now here, and it wears your name. You didn't demand revenge, you chose peace. But heaven is handling justice in its own perfect way. Type Amen to get blessing 636. Their crash is no accident. It's divine correction. They toyed with your silence thinking it was weakness. But it was your preparation. Now, you walk in clarity. And clarity is the one thing they can't manipulate. You see through what they tried to hide, and that is destroying them. They're trying to outrun the energy they created. But the damage they caused is now returning in waves. You're not their enemy, they made themselves one, you love them purely. You trusted them fully. But they gambled your loyalty and now they've lost the game they created. Type Amen to get blessing 484. They watched you suffer and celebrated. But now they watch you rise and it's unbearable. Their celebration turned to panic the moment you stood tall again. This isn't just your healing, it's your awakening. And the sound of your progress is shattering every illusion they created. You were always meant to rise. Every word they spoke against you is now returning to their own doorstep. Every false tale is now crumbling under the light of truth. This is divine cause and effect. They didn't expect you to be this strong. But your strength is no longer silent, it's blazing, and it's lighting the path others will walk behind you. Type Amen to get blessing 191. You were the target, but now you're the testimony. You were the weapon they thought they could break, but you became unbreakable. Their fear is justified now. They see what you've become and can no longer control the narrative. Their stories can't hold up in the presence of your light. Their reality is collapsing. Archangel Michael says, "This is justice delivered in sacred timing. what was meant to bury you is now the stage for your breakthrough. Let the world watch the shift. Even those who once believed their version of you are now awakening, eyes are opening. Ears are hearing the truth in the vibrations of your energy. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The crashing they feel is not because of what you're doing. It's because of who you've become. You're too powerful now to be ignored or hidden. They are breaking down behind closed doors while pretending to remain whole in public. But the cracks are spreading. And people are noticing. Their time of pretending is over. You hold no malice in your heart, only truth. And that truth is doing what anger never could, it's changing the atmosphere. One presence like yours can rewrite years of deception. Every space you enter shifts because your spirit carries justice. You no longer need to prove yourself, your life is the proof. And that proof is overwhelming the ones who betrayed you. Type Amen to get blessing 454. They sense it coming before it arrives. Your next move, your next elevation. The pressure is suffocating them because they realize they can't stop it. The person who thought they won by breaking you is now begging the universe to stop you from rising. But no prayer built on lies will ever be heard. Only truth carries power. Your name is being restored in places where it was once defamed, your story is being rewritten by divine hands. And the ones who tried to be authors of your downfall are now reading your eyes. Even as they pretend to smile, they're collapsing within, their nervous laughter hides trembling hands. Because they can feel the shift they once denied. Type Amen to get blessing 343, the crashing sound is growing louder. Not because you expose them, but because your blessing is speaking too loud to ignore. The truth is always louder in the end. They tried to paint you as unstable, broken, difficult. But you've become the most grounded, graceful force around them. The lie has no power left, people are seeing it now. They're comparing the version they were told with the version you live. And truth always wins that battle. You're not just rising, you're revealing. With every step forward, another lie falls. With every breath of peace you take, another truth becomes known. Type Amen to get blessing 121. They no longer fear exposure, they fear your evolution. You've become undeniable, you've become what they said you'd never be. Their crash is a response to your transformation. You carry the justice they never saw coming, and the universe is amplifying your presence. You've been tested, pushed, abandoned. But you're still here. More powerful than ever, that fact alone is enough to shake every lie apart. Archangel Michael says, what they tried to use as a weapon against you is now their own undoing. Because when you walk in divine truth, even silence speaks loudly. Type Amen to get blessing 202. They thought time would erase what they did to you. But instead, time became your ally, time grew you, restored you, and prepared you. Now, their crash is not just emotional, it's cosmic. Every move they made against you has reversed. You are surrounded by light that reflects every shadow they tried to cast. People are beginning to see clearly. The mask is slipping, and the person they pretended to be is disappearing under pressure. You're not here to ruin them. But your healing journey is revealing everything, and there's no hiding anymore when truth walks in. Type Amen to get blessing 707. You're not fueled by revenge, you're walking in revelation. That's what terrifies them most. They can't manipulate you anymore. They once felt powerful by keeping you quiet. Now, you're the loudest vibration in every space they enter. You carry light too strong for lies to survive. They are losing sleep, peace, clarity. Their thoughts are chaotic because they feel the divine energy moving in your favor. They know it's over. What they tried to build by destroying you is now caving in on them, and you are walking freely, blessed, and unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You've stepped into a version of yourself that cannot be tamed. They are watching in horror as the version of you they feared most walks boldly into destiny. You are no longer waiting for validation. You have become your own confirmation. Their crash is simply the consequence of your alignment. Every gift you have is glowing now. The ones they mocked are now the very tools healing others, and they're watching you inspire the world while they crumble behind jealousy. The divine reversal is complete. What was meant for your end has become your beginning, and the crashing behind you is nothing but echoes of a failed plan. Type Amen to get blessing 999.